Hey guys, here at GCI Traytec, we've just finished the latest build. It's something a little bit different for us. It is an NPS300 Isuzu truck. The car came to us with the tray on it already, and we've put these awesome canopies on it. So we've redesigned our canopy basically to match their headboard exactly, so it does flow the whole way down, just like all the GCI products. So let's get into it, have a run around and see this huge build. Alright, so these two canopies are designed to work sort of in unison and also independently. So the first canopy, it is permanently mounted. Basically, we took the tray off, we welded in new mounts underneath, so it's a structurally like a steel mount that goes through. So the front one's designed to never to come off. This side is more or less the living quarters. So we have the massive MSA, the DS95 drop slide. We have a huge drawer that comes out here. Absolutely massive. I think off the top of my head it's 250 litres. I can check that one though. And then space up top with two overhead storages. So this is designed, this height is set for the Engel 80. So it's basically the tallest chest fridge freezer you can get. So basically any fridge that will fit in that slide will fit in this canopy. Up next to it is the EnerDrive package. So up here it is more or less our standard touring package with an extra battery and flipped on the other side. So more or less all of the Rams and some of our bigger domestic builds have the exact same gear on it. This panel, we've mirrored it, we've pulled all the gear, switched it around, and then we've added an extra 200 amp lithium BTEC battery. So we've got 400 amps of lithium on this truck, as well as a 60 amp AC charger, the DC charger, and the 2 kilowatt transfer inverter. So with that inverter, we've got the shore power up the front, so you can plug in to the 15 amp plug. And then we've also got the external GPOs down there. So it's sort of best of both worlds. We've got all the power in the world. He can go off grid for a long time. And that's also, he's got 180 watt solars on the roof there. So 360 watt of solar going into this. So if we go through the side marine now to see what's going into it, it's really cloudy at the moment, but we've got 3 amps going in. So not the best example because it is super cloudy at the moment, but there is a lot of potential up there with the electricity. Up here we have some really cool custom engraved switches. So we've got the lights, the fridge, USB, so that's basically turns all the USBs in the truck on and off. And then we've got a spare one just for sort of future expansion of electrical needs. So we've jumped to the driver's side of the truck. So basically I want to show you guys the full first permanently mounted canopy before we get to the one at the back. So this is another first for GCI Traytec. We've incorporated a dog box into the canopy. So this first canopy here, it's got one door on one side and then 2 on this side here. So you can really see here as well how well we've integrated everything, well the canopy into the actual headboard of the tray. So this is a sort of a design specifically for the ATW trays, all right? So if you want this, you have to get the tray through them. Otherwise, it's gonna look not as good as this. So opening it up, obviously we've got perforated mesh for the dog to breathe. Down the bottom, we've got basically a pattern of drainage holes with a hole in the tray underneath. So if it does go to the toilet, water gets in, whatever, it does drain out. We've fully sealed this in. So this box here is welded, or the shroud's welded in. And then before powder coat, we go around with a special powder coat silicone. We then silicone every single gap up, so where water could come in, it can't, and then we powder coat it. So that silicone, it blends in so well. Unless you're looking for it, you're not going to notice. We also have in the top there a roof vent, so the same as what we use for the negative pressure, but then we've taken the filter out to maximize the airflow through the canopy. So this door here is also, this is part of the main canopy still. So as I said, we've got 2 doors one side and then 1 on the other. This is just completely open space for him. We have basically allowed for electronic components to come through the center partition. Also a lot of your airflow, light all comes through, but it is a really open space. We've got tie down points down there as well as a filter on the roof. So that negative pressure sucks the doors in even more when you're driving. It also allows the fridge to breathe. So as soon as you put a fridge in a canopy, you need that vent. So the lights on both canopies have a master control on that electrical panel. So that light switch controls all the lights. So we've got 6 1 meter strips in here. Each canopy has its own dimmer. So basically there's a master dimmer, but then individually we can turn them on and off at the actual light. So we can go to the bright white light, we can go to warm light, and then we turn the white off and we go to the mozzie orange. So basically controlled on the light, makes it super easy. And then next to the light, we've got the central locking. So we've tapped into the Isuzu truck central locking. So it's one key, you hit your car or your truck key, and then it locks everything. So that includes dog door, this door, all 5 doors on this canopy, all locked with that one hit of a button. All right, so moving to the back canopy. The way this one's designed, it's designed to be removed via a forklift. So obviously we still have our jack-off points here, so we can remove the canopy using our standard jack-off legs, but there's also forklift times in the back. Inside of it, it's just completely empty with tie-down points all through. So it's basically, bikes are going in here, but it does have, you can see these up here is the very top of the forklift time. So there's sort of no, well, you can just lift it straight off, but then there's also bracing all through as well. So if you do fully load it up, it's not gonna sort of collapse and potentially hurt someone. So the final little feature of this massive build is the rear bike holder. So obviously we need to fit 6 bikes in this, right? So we can fit 4 in that rear canopy, but then we've got 2 on here. So we've actually bought an off-the-shelf Yakima twin bike holder, and then we've made a new bracket which then mounts it into the structural frame of the canopy. So when you're not using it, you can lift it up, hide it away, but then also comes up. Doesn't get in the way of the forklift tines. So these here are the entries, so they're completely sealed at the other end. So yeah, water can go through that hole, but it's not going to drip down into your canopy. The bike height is also making sure that we're not going to block the reverse camera and also the number plate. So a setup which is good to go for a long time. It's absolutely epic. Basically from here, we're going to run you through a quick bit of the build. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so this is how the build has started. Basically, we've got this massive Isuzu NP300 truck in. We've taken the tray off. So the tray was on the truck when it got here. We do not make the tray for these trucks. We're just doing the 2 canopies for it. So the tray is made by All Terrain Warriors up in the sunny coast. So basically, it's a 2.2 metre wide tray by 3.5 metres long rather. So the tray is mounted onto the truck, and then we've actually taken it off, and that's how we've started to basically build up the canopy. So we've had to put in some more structural members underneath the tray so that we can securely bolt the canopies down. The front canopy, that is permanently mounted. The rear, that's got basically the forklift tines so it can come off quite easily. So this is what a truck looks like without the tray on it.